Hey now everyone, Matt Haywood here from the Star Wars Time Show, which you can find on iTunes still, and Google Play, and Android Podcasts. We're all over the place, but we're not here to talk about the podcast. We're here to talk about all things Star Wars Resistance, in particular, all things Easter eggs and Star Wars franchise references for the latest episode of the show, which was titled Descent. So we're at S1E19, people. Things are starting to come to a close, and while this episode only had 4 references, as an episode, it was pretty great. But before we get to the recap and review, we're going to go ahead and do the Easter eggs and Star Wars franchise references breakdown first. Let's go. Alright, so first up, we got a cool little reference starring Bucket, everyone's favorite half-assed built droid. So, at the beginning of the episode, we know that Team Fireball, they're under arrest, right? The First Order knows that they're up to no good in terms of spying. And what does Bucket do for him? Well, just like R2 did in The Empire Strikes Back when they're trying to escape Bespin, he provides a distraction with a smoke screen. So he shoots out some smoke. This allows Yeager, Kaz, and the gang to break free and to escape from the First Order. So I thought it was a cool reference to R2's heroics from Empire. Alright, next up, and I'm not going to lie, I had to stretch on some of these. It seems as this show kind of nears its finale this season, it's been light on Easter eggs and references, but we do get one here. So Tam ultimately gets herself arrested because she still thinks the First Order is good. Shame on you, Tam. Anyways, more on that in the recap and review. But anyways, they arrest her, so they put some binders on her, and as she's coming in, she's like, oh, these binders, and Agent Tierney, a new character we meet, she's like, take those binders off her. She's not a criminal, blah, blah, blah. And it reminded me, hey, who else didn't like binders? Chewbacca doesn't like binders. That's right. Remember, Luke tries to put binders on him in A New Hope. He's not having it, and then Han does it for Luke because, you know, Han and Chewie were better buddies at that point in time. So, nice little reference. Again, I'm stretching on these, but it is a reference. And the stretching things train continues with this next reference, and this is a reference to the show itself. But our lovable little Colossus janitor here, you know, fruit head, fuzzy face, whatever you want to call him, he's had little callbacks in pretty much every episode since the First Order has arrived on the Colossus. This one was funny, so I finally decided to include it in. But basically, the First Order showed up, took this guy's floor cleaner, and ever since then he's been struggling to keep the Colossus clean. And now, as it's being submerged, water's coming in from all over the place, and of course his job is becoming futile. So this one's for you, Colossus janitor, big yellow head guy, even though this is a super stretch, but I wanted to throw you in there because you have been, at least in the background, brought up multiple times in this gag, I'm guessing, with the writers, because someone took your floor scrubber. Final item of note is an auditory Easter egg / reference, whatever you want to call it. But anyways, while Kaz, Yeager, and CB are underwater, I heard something familiar, and it's CB's underwater propulsion system sounds just like the Gungans Bongo's underwater propulsion sounds from The Phantom Menace. So I thought that was kind of neat. Basically, Yeager and Kaz hitched a ride on CB to get a Uber, if you will, up to the surface so they could do their thing and get a transmission out to the Resistance. But CB's underwater propulsion systems definitely sound just like the Bongo that Qui-Gon, Obi, and Jar Jar were piloting in The Phantom Menace. Alright, people, like I said, definitely stretching in this episode for Easter eggs and references, but as this series is coming to a close, it seems like we're just getting rapid fire episodes, so there's not a lot of focus on the background and being cheeky and Easter egg in here, Easter egg in there, but still fun to hunt for those and to cook some up in my head that I think will work. Alright, it's been real, people. Matt Haywood here, signing off for the Star Wars Time Show, where there's always time for Star Wars time, right? So get yourself tuned to it. Tune your browsers to StarWarsTime.net. You can get all the information there. You can subscribe to the podcast, to the YouTube channel. Just do what you got to do. All right? And in the meantime, may the Force be with you, always.